Stephen Clark with American Snowmobiler magazine. We're here in the snow in Idaho, early December, with two of the most anticipated sleds for 2011. The Polaris Pro RMK 800 and the Skidoo Summit X 800 E-Tec. We have about 160 miles on the Polaris Pro RMK 800 and we have about 70 miles on our Skidoo Summit X. In our spring prototype rides in West Yellowstone, Montana, we were very impressed with the Skidoo Summit's changes for 2011. Skidoo put a new 800 E-Tec engine into this machine and also made changes to the front end geometry, allowing the sled to side hill better. These changes all added up to it earning the Mountain Snowmobile of the Year for American Snowmobiler magazine. It was very challenging for us to pick a sled of the year for 2011 in the mountain category because the Skidoo Summit and the Polaris Pro RMK were very close. They just had different strengths and attributes. The Polaris, I would say, exceeds in the handling category, whereas the Skidoo exceeds in the engine category. The Polaris Pro RMK 800 is basically all new for 2011 and is definitely the most talked about sled on the snow this year in the mountain category. This sled has a whole new chassis, new bodywork, a lot of changes to the motor, but the geometry of the sled remains fairly close to the old Dragon 800 IQ that we all loved. This sled is trying really hard to change my mind on the sled of the year. I'm not going to say it has changed my mind yet, but the way this sled handles and gets up in the snow is pretty incredible. So gut feelings and impressions of machines are one thing, but hard facts and hard data based on their performance is what really tells how a machine works. So coming up in a few weeks here, we're going to be taking the top sleds from Arctic Cat, Polaris, Skidoo and Yamaha and pitching them head to head against each other in our annual powder evaluation. In this test we'll gather weights, then we will do some hill climb acceleration tests based on stopwatch times and some handling tests with different riders and riders' ability. We will take all this data and compute it, and as Jeremy Clarkson would say, we will determine the best mountain sled in the world.